5 hours later.
Ni kenapa ni? Ada lupa ni. Ya Allah. Tak boleh jadi ni. Hello? Hello polis? Saya macam tak tahulah kenapa anak saya ni ada lebam-lebam ni.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. We are from Group 9. We'll be presenting about a distressing case that involve child neglect at a daycare facility. We will be sharing the key details and outcome of this case. Let's begin with a summary of the case. The case involves El Amira, a mother who made a disturbing revelation about her child allegedly abused at a daycare center. According to El Amira, her 1-year-old daughter, Mariam, started showing strange behavior after being transferred to a daycare facility in early January 2023. After 2 days Mariam in that daycare, El Amira noticed red mark on Mariam's wrist, and on the 3rd day, a teacher informed El Amira that Mariam had been beaten by another child. That incident led to the discoveries of more injuries on Mariam's ear, cheeks, and hands. And El Amira also found out that Mariam and 4 other toddlers were isolated in a cold, empty room without any toys and furnishing. But the daycare staff explained that the room was used as an isolation room to avoid disturbing the sleeping infant. However, El Amira questioned the need for isolating toddlers and why they were left unsupervised multiple times. CCTV footage revealed that the children were left unattended, lying on the cold floor without any pillow or mat. After a further investigation revealed that Mariam had been attacked by the same child multiple times, resulting in bites and scratches. She was taken to a hospital for medical examination and was later referred to a child psychiatrist due to sleep disturbance and nighttime disturbance. El Amira has reported the incident to the police, who confirmed the lack of supervision and instance of neglect at the daycare. However, pursuing legal action against the daycare center would incur high costs. Despite the challenges, El Amira and her husband are determined to seek justice for Mariam and raise awareness about the issue of child neglect.
I am Muhammad Kuala, so I will explain and share some of the parties involved in this case. The first party involved in this case is the plaintiff. The plaintiff in this case is a mother known as El Amira. The plaintiff is a mother of a child who was involved in the incident at the nursery. The plaintiff made such an action because he found that his son's body had many wounds and bruises after returning from the nursery. The plaintiff suspects that it all stemmed from the management in the nursery. So the second involved party is the defendant. The defendant in this case is a nursery that has various awards and many branches, but in this case, the nursery located in Putrajaya, the defendant was found to have neglected several of his wards and caused them to injure each other. Furthermore, the defendant had locked them in an empty isolation room. The third parties involved are government officials. Those involved are the Ministry of Women Development, Family and Society, who has ordered the nursery to be temporarily closed while the investigation is carried out. The fourth parties are government agencies and departments, namely the Department of Social Welfare. This party have helped the ministry in terms of legal issue that will be imposed on the nursery.
I'll talk about the fact of the case and possible legal issue. This case involving child negligence by Childcare Centre toward Mariam, then leading to violation of Article 2 in Malaysia legal system, raised several legal issues. Firstly, possible legal issue that may come in this case is negligence of the child. The Childcare Centre let Mariam unattended in a room with another child. This caused Mariam beaten by other child, then caused several injuries on Mariam, such as bite mark and neck and ear. The Childcare Centre should keep the child under surveillance to prevent anything bad happen. After that, the case raised issue of the child placed in place that is not should be. The child under childcare center put in an empty room without any mat or carpet. The children was exposed to fever and flu because of the coldness. that room also don't have any toys or room decoration so that the room look like prison. This matter will slowly affect the children's mental health. A poorly designed or maintained room may lack proper ventilation, lighting or insulation. This can lead to discomfort, inadequate airflow of potential health issues like respiratory problems or allergy. Furthermore, this incident raises the possible legal issue of the responsibility of the children's center to provide safety and comfort place for the children to stay. In that accident, Mariam doesn't get any protection of the childcare center, and the result is Mariam facing multiple threats from another child in facility. Besides that, this case also raises the issue of local municipal council that granting childcare license to childcare facility. They should make periodic inspection toward the childcare facility so that the childcare facility having a conducive and safe place to the children. Local municipal council should make sure that every worker on the childcare center have their childcare license to make sure that the worker know how to handle the childcare in the correct way. They also need to withdraw the granted given license to childcare center that breaking the rules.
Relevant legislation in Malaysia pertaining to the current situation is the Child Care Centre Act 1984. This act serves as the main law governing daycare centre in our country, and the primary objective for the act is to ensure the safety and the well-being of the children who attend this daycare facility. So the implementation of the act falls under the responsibility of Department of Social Welfare. This department will closely monitor the centre to ensure that compliance with the act and related regulation. So the act also places significant importance on the proper supervision of children in the care centre. So the centre are required to have policy to ensure continuous supervision. For example, ensuring that there is always at least one staff member actively monitoring and supervising the children either indoor or outdoor. However, based on the summary of our case, there are indications that the daycare facility where Mariam was enrolled may have potentially violated the Child Care Centre Act 1984. So, if harm or injury occurs as the direct result of negligence or breaches of duty of care, so the allegation of negligence may arise. So, in such instance, legal action can be taken against the daycare centre and penalty may be imposed. So, in case involving negligence or violation of the Child Care Centre Act, and dispute are typically resolved in civil court. So in this case study, if the daycare centre is accused of negligence leading to harm to a child, which is Mariam, so the affected party like Al-Amira in this scenario may choose to initiate civil litigation. So what is civil litigation? Civil litigation will provide a legal platform for both parties to present their cases, present evidence and make argument before a judge or a jury. So the court will then issue a judgment, facilitate a settlement based on the merits of the case and applicable laws.
Discussion of law. This case referred by the court in making decision we have to Murray vs. McCloud in 2019 and also Cook vs. Rosensco in 2018. So Murray vs. McCloud in 2019 is when Megan Murray, the plaintiff, was participating in first 11 game for her school, Rainy in Dover, against Friends School. She was struck by a hockey stick, suffering major dental damage as well as a cut to her top lip. At the time, Megan was 15 years old. The plaintiff lacked a mouth guard on. According to the medical testimony, if the plaintiff had been wearing a mouth guard, it would be prevent the damage to her teeth but not the cut to her top lip, which most likely would have happened but would have been less serious. This lawsuit was filed by the plaintiff against Mark McCall, who was defending the Rainy in Dover Trusted, which is the defendant. So we move to Cook vs. Rosales in 2018. According to plaintiff, running between the locker room and the hockey pitch was not only toleranced but actively encouraged. Being in the top year allowed the plaintiff and her friend Catherine to run ahead of the other girl and arrive at the pitch virtually first. And actually, after that, Mr. Lee come in last. It is unclear whether Miss Lambert led or trapped the girls because she claimed in her witness. More than 5 years after the incident that she cannot recollect seeing the plaintiff fall or remembering exactly where she was when the plaintiff fell.